Thank you. Hello, how are you?
Check test 1 2 3 3 2 1.
Get knocked down here. All right, I changed my mind. Yeah. Will you all please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I get a roll call?
Here.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here. Somebody like to audit the bills?
Sure. I'll make a motion to approve abstract number 7 dated April 18th, 2025 in the amount of $1,175,930.07. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, okay. We have some budget transfers.
Yes. We have one budget transfer this evening. It's budget transfer request number 6, effective date April 30th, 2025. This budget transfer is necessary to reallocate funds for the EMS building, club court, and historical property utility accounts for increased cost projections in 2025. We will be taking that from the contingent account, $2,900, and moving that to the EMS building utilities, $1,500. Club court park utilities, $1,100, and historical property utilities, $300. I will make a motion to approve 2025 budget transfer request number 6 dated April 30th, 2025. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
With the board's approval, I'd like to deviate from our agenda tonight. We have here with us tonight Michelle Gosh, Superintendent of Brewster Schools, and Victor Carlson, Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Operations, who would like to talk about some of the projects they have going on at Brewster Schools.
Yes, good evening. Thank you so much for making time, especially for making the adjustment to the agenda. We have 2 propositions on the ballot for May 20th, which is the vote for school budgets across the state. The first is Proposition 1. It's our general budget. We're going out with a 1.28% tax levy increase. We were able to achieve this through some educationally sound reductions. We were able to add in some strategic interventions, especially for mathematics at our K2 and 3-5 school. And we're also recommending the last pieces of our strategic plan, Vision 2026. We're looking to have a work-based learning coach that we could hire who could help us with some job shadowing and internship experiences. That way students can find out what they're interested in, what they're good at, and try it out before they make a decision after they leave Brewster High School. The second thing that we're excited about adding is a CTE carpentry teacher. So we have some experience and some success at our middle school and our high school, and being able to add one more teacher would allow for students to have those hands-on learning experiences. Finally, we're thrilled to be offering another section of pre-K as well. So we feel like we're putting forward a fiscally sound budget that makes us good stewards of taxpayer dollars, and that's our first proposition. We also have Proposition 2 on the ballot, which I'm going to ask my friend Victor to say a few words about.
So thanks again for allowing us to come this evening. So as you alluded to, we do have a number of capital projects that are currently ongoing at Brewster, our campus. And we're fortunate that our campus encompasses all of our school buildings. So our project was approved back in March of 2023, really in 2 phases. Phase 1 were the projects that we really needed to get done, the important infrastructure, the things that were educationally sound. Proposition 2 back then was a second project to build a field house, enhance our STEAM lab, and build upon our NJROTC program space. So our first phase of projects are underway. We've bid each of them and we remain well under budget. However, with our second project, the field house, the fitness center, our ROTC improvements, the STEAM lab, we're projecting to be slightly over budget on those projects. So we're requesting from the community a transfer of funds, as you did earlier in your meeting, transferring the surplus that we have available in our phase 1 projects to our phase 2 projects at no additional cost to the taxpayer, no additional borrowing costs, and no use of our capital reserve fund. It's merely a transfer of funds that have already been authorized, again, back in March of 2023. So we're hopeful that our community will come out and support us and authorize us to make this transfer. And overall, importantly, we will remain under budget of our capital project overall, even after our transfer. So thank you for allowing this opportunity to present this information to you, and hopefully reach some folks that we may not reach through our normal school communications. And if you have any questions for me or Michelle, we'd be happy to answer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any board member have any questions?
No, everybody looks at me.
I look both.
I know.
No question.
I do.
That's right.
No, just I'll make a comment that, I mean, I think that the community, Brewster community should be very pleased with, because I know firsthand how hard you work to bring all of this into the district and keep the tax levy down and the rate down, whatever it is. And you know, and you blossoming over there. I mean, we have so much over there for the students, and, you know, with the pre-K, we're the only ones transporting pre-K students, and I think that that's great, and it's not costing anyone anything extra. So, thank you.
Couple of quick questions. And I'd be remiss if I didn't ask these because I asked them of Carmel. So if you watched any of that, you'll know what I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
So it's a 1.28% increase in tax levy. How much does that equate to?
In terms of dollars,
Yeah,
like aggregate dollars,
what's 1.28% increase in your budget
Uh,
equate to in
one-
dollars?
a little over 1 million, 1,060,000.
And how much is the increase in spending to your budget over last year?
Our
What
budget to
percentage?
budget increase is 3.56.
3.5. So where is the 2.5% increase in spending that's not coming from tax levy, coming from
State aid.
just
Yeah.
state aid, not fund balance or anything?
We're actually working in the opposite direction with respect to our fund balance.
Mhm.
Excuse me. We're trying to save for a rainy day, just not knowing the future of inflation and tariffs and, you know, all the things that are happening in the world. We were fortunate this year that we got a big bump in state aid, and that really allowed us to hold our tax levy well below our tax cap. You're familiar with your own tax cap.
Mhm.
Ours actually calculated at 4.15%. So we were well below, nearly 3% below what our tax cap would have otherwise authorized.
Thank you very much.
So I have a quick question. This may be a question for another day, though. I'm always curious about what your plans are for electrification of the buses. Another day?
Yeah, well,
Because
actually,
that could be a long conversation.
well, we are playing it as slowly as you possibly can. That's the approach that we've taken, and I've said this in front of our Board of Education, not knowing whether or not this mandate is going to hold true. And so I will speak personally. I hope that it is delayed at a minimum, just because it's going to require so much infrastructure. We don't know NICEAG's capabilities. We have a consultant that we're working with that's going to be meeting with NICEAG over the course of the next month. Mary and I just actually had a meeting this morning with these consultants, excuse me, and we'll be following up with them. I think our next follow-up meeting is in late June. So we're taking it slowly. It's not a requirement that we begin purchasing any buses until July 1 of 2027. So we actually have another budget cycle to get through
Mhm.
before the mandate takes effect.
The town just hit that wall this year
Okay,
with one of our purchases. It got denied.
okay, wow.
So
Wow.
it's good to know because frankly, that frightens me about what the cost is going to be.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And it's gonna require a capital project. I
Mhm.
mean, it's something that needs to be bonded. You can't just, you know, incorporate that into your general fund budget when the cost of an electric vehicle is nearly 3 times that of a diesel.
Sure.
Or gasoline.
any member of the audience here have any questions? Does anyone joining us by Zoom have any questions? All right, well, thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you.
in and sharing
you.
this information with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, Joe, you're up. Have a good night.
Good night.
I have a request here from Building Operations and Maintenance from Dennis Mays. It seems that someone has damaged our fence at Veterans Memorial Park. He has a memo here that a vehicle struck it. So it has significant damage and it needs some repair in the amount of $1,980. There's a couple of bids here and he likes the bid from Oscar Fence, which was the lowest bid. So does anybody Have any questions on that?
I
Okay.
do,
Huh?
actually. Was there, do we know who damaged it or?
We do, and an insurance claim has been filed.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So I was gonna ask.
okay.
We only know because the caretaker was woken by the
Oh, well, I hope no one was hurt.
lights. No.
Okay, so they make a motion to approve the repair to the Veterans Memorial Park fence in the amount of $1,980. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Then I have something called Schneider Geospatial, easy for you to say. So this, I'll explain what I know about this and then I'll ask some questions. So this is a database. We had a different company that we had an agreement with, right? We had Systems Development Group was purchased by Schneider, right? If I'm right.
Correct.
And this is, if you go into the assessor's website on our page, you could access all the parcels of land, and this is the database for that.
Yes.
Okay, so we switched, so they bought them, so we need a new agreement with Schneider. So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Okay, so it's about the amount for the year will be $2,520. It's $110 a month, plus there's an annual fee of $1,200. So
That
there's,
was the old agreement. So the pricing for the new agreement is back here.
well, is it this one right
And it's
here?
basically the same amount, but it's a flat rate at this point. Yeah,
Well, you gave me two, so it's this one, what's this one?
So is it the annual hosting of 2,520
plus the 110 for December.
plus one? All right, so it's an annual fee plus a one.
But all we're looking for here tonight is to have the contract with Snyder approved and his supervisor authorized to execute it.
Okay. Do we have any other further questions on this?
Everybody understands what it is?
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
good with it.
Well,
Yep.
My
Yeah.
question is, how come 1 month is $110 and then it's 2,500?
That's for the year because so the
Is this
current,
only a portion?
so, and I don't know that we agree with this, but they're saying our contract expired November 30th.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is, SDG, who's been doing this, signed a contract with us in 2017, never changed the price. So since 2017, we've been,
Okay, so that
Paying the
falls
same
under the
amount?
old.
Yep.
contract. No, paying double.
no, we're not
Oh,
actually
okay.
paying double.
Okay,
So the old contract was 110 a month plus $1,200 for the year.
okay,
Okay.
got it.
Okay,
Thank you.
so I make a motion to accept this agreement with Schneider Geospatial. So moved.
Authorize the supervisors.
And I authorize this, okay, I'll do this all over again. I make a motion to authorize the supervisor to accept this agreement with Schneider Geospatial. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I have a few items for Putnam Lake Park District requests I have, and one is for a new security cameras at the Boathouse, Warren Beach, and Jackson beaches, because the ones that we have are antiquated
Oh, no, we don't even.
or don't have. And there's been trouble with, people going on the beaches and vandalism, and we're hoping that this will help deter that. So Meg got three proposals returned. One couldn't do it. So I'm gonna ask the board to approve the amount of $14,557.47, and that's for the cameras provided by CTS ProTel Security Systems.
49 cents.
Oh, I'm sorry. I asked the board to approve in the amount of $14,457.49. So moved.
So, can I just ask a question?
Yes.
You can second it and ask a question.
So, all right, second and ask a question. Where is this going to be monitored? So is there?
I believe it's Meg, if you want to jump up,
Like
it's
an
going
app.
to be, yeah, it's going to
So
be a
you'll have to-
web-based service. So people with access codes can view it.
Oh, okay.
Assuming there'd be some sort of chime motion detection. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you hear something, then you'll log in and look at. Okay, all right. Second.
Any other questions?
I'm good.
All in favor?
Aye. My second request is regarding the docks. When the docks went down, I guess there was some
Minor damage.
minor damage that's gonna get corrected, and we're also gonna be installing railings on both sides of each dock. And we'd like to approve Easy Dock quote for $9,798 to do that work. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Not only will the docks be safer, but we're hoping it's gonna be a bird deterrent.
Mm.
Right. Get some
Okay.
dogs.
You're up.
First item I have, unfortunately, is a letter of resignation from our Veterans Park Advisory Board for Chris Lowry, who was able to serve a term on the board for in recognition of the work that his dad had done for many years, for 40 years. In fact, we had acknowledged the great work of his dad, Charles Lowry, and even put up a small monument at the park. And Chris really wanted to serve in the footsteps of his dad. Unfortunately, at this time, he finds that he just doesn't have the time to devote fully to it. So he wrote a very nice letter, basically saying what a real honor it's been to work with the town. And I think he'll be back. I just think that right now is not a good time. He's got a lot on his plate. So I'll make a motion that we approve the letter of resignation for Chris Lowry for the park board. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And the second item we have relates to BAM Properties subdivision on Bullet Hole Road. As many of you know, when we approve a subdivision, we also approve a performance bond and with inspection fees. The original amount of the bond was in excess of $56,000. There is still some work to be done, so we're not releasing the entire bond. There's still some drainage swales and work that needs to be done, but the majority of the work has been done to satisfy the performance bond. So this is a resolution for reduction and reaffirmation of a performance bond for BAM Properties, Inc., Bullet Hole Road, to reduce the amount to $4,900. So I'll make a motion without objection that we ask that this resolution be entered into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, so we recently had our annual inspection on all our generators, 13 generators that we had. And in doing the annual inspection, the company, Peak Power Systems, that performs those inspections, flagged a number of issues with two of the generators. Actually, they flagged issues with the rec center generator as well, but we're not going to move forward with that at this time. But they are suggesting that the thermostat housing and gaskets get replaced on the Dorset Hollow water treatment plant generator. So I'd like to make a motion to approve Peak Power Systems to effectuate those repairs at the Dorset Hollow generator for the amount of $579.86. So
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
They also flagged some repairs that they're recommending at the Patterson Commons pump station generator. These are gonna be done the next time that they come down. No, actually, the first one, Dorset Hollow is gonna be done when they come down. This one they're gonna come down and do. Anyway, they are also found that there were things leaking and the valves need to be adjusted. And so they're recommending those repairs get done. And I'd like to approve Peak Power Systems for the amount of $1,102.74 to do the repairs for the Patterson Commons pump station. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, third on my agenda is the Alpine Water District. We have a problem with the lower well chlorine contact tank. It's been leaking. It's very, very old. It's better than 30 years old, and the welds on the seams are not holding. And we first had an issue back in October. We filed for an emergency repair with the health department, and we've repaired the tank 3 times, and
submitted the plans and last week finally got the permit for an emergency repair out of the health department. So with that, I put it out for proposals from qualified contractors. We've got 3 back. You have the estimates. They range from $30,000 up to 50,000. So without further discussion, I'd like to introduce this resolution approving the repairs at the Alpine Water District chlorine contact tank by Gallagher Contracting, Inc. for the amount of $30,000. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You. My executive session, I will hold off to the end of the meeting. It has to do with the personnel issue. Harry.
Yes. I have a recommendation from Mr. Machibaro regarding the hiring of lifeguards. I'm happy to see that he's able to get some candidates for this summer. We have Royson O'Reilly, she also is coming to us with experience, and Freeman Moser, who is also a CPR instructor. So I'd like to make a motion to approve Royson and Freeman at the rate of $17 per hour, pending the town's employee paperwork, annual training, and proper certification before starting. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Machibaro is also requesting to hire Jason Frieder as a recreation assistant. I'd like to make a motion to approve Jason at the rate of $14 per hour. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And also, Mr. Machibaro is asking for a rate increase for Kira Musil. Kira's current hourly rate is $13.88 per hour. Though Kira has been with us since May of 2021 and has really helped out. And over the past 2 years, she's taken on more responsibility. Last summer, she took on the wilderness first aid. She took the wilderness first aid course required by the state so she can be an RTE during the summer camp, while also moving into a head counselor role. So I'd like to graciously make a motion to approve Kira at the new rate of $16.50 per hour, effective May 11th, 2025. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And lastly, Matt would like to announce his new sports night programming. This programming will be held at the Cornwall Hill Ball Field location and also at the rec center. Each sports night will be offered would feature a specific sport. Some examples include kickball, wiffle ball, dodgeball, ultimate frisbee, frisbee golf, and team handball. This is for specific age groups, high school, middle school, and even adults. The registration would be $10 per person per night. He said the premise is similar to our Nerf nights and our pizza nights. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the new sports night programming offered by the rec center. And you can find out more information at pattersonny.myrec.com. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
She should read them. She's got them. She's still on rec.
I'll do these.
Okay. Which one do you have? I want to make sure they're in the right order.
Okay.
Craft biz. Okay. Okay, so this is related to the cooperative that we're doing with the Spark Business Academy over at the Patterson Recreation and Parks. These are summer 2025 programs. This is for grades 3 to 5. Matt has the My First Intervention in Craft Biz. Young entrepreneurs will create handmade items to sell to other vendors at their very own craft and invention fair. In this program, students learn ingenuity and creativity while producing goods, creating appealing advertising and displays, counting currency, and more. So if you're interested, that would be $199 per student. The program is running from August 4th through August 8th from 9 to 12 p.m. You got the second one?
Yep.
Okay. We now have theater biz, also for grades 3 to 5. Do you love acting, props, skits, and want to learn the business of theater? In this hands-on program, students learn about skits, financing and production, and more. This is a great opportunity to showcase your acting and theater skills while developing business savvy. That will be held from Monday, July 7th through Friday, July 11th from 9 to 12 p.m. Also $199 per student. And for those of you who would like your children to learn how to set up a lemonade stand, we all did that when we were younger. No, I did. That's how I made my first 100. Right on the corner by the bus stop. Grades K through 3, again, my first lemonade stand, learn how to make sweet and tangy lemonade and make money selling it. Experiment with recipes, design flyers, and learn how to count money, make change, and tally your profit. Then launch your lemonade stand and raise funds for a charity of your choice. Wednesdays, 5:30 to 6:30, May 14th through June 11th, $125 per student. That's awesome. I think that's all I have.
All right, other business. We have a couple of late additions from our EMS director. Hires, we have a couple of resolutions. But you have a chance to take a look at them?
I did, yeah.
Is everybody okay with them?
Mhm.
All right, so I'd like to introduce the resolution authorizing the hiring of an emergency medical technician, Adelina Bardella. I'm trying to find at a rate of $20 per hour, so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, and I'd like to introduce the resolution authorizing the hiring of the medical technician Shannon Gray in the amount of $20.25 per hour, so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
So,
Aye.
aye.
Any opposed? Any other business? The Lord. Well, we're down to public recognition. Is any member of the public here wish to be recognized? If you would stand up, approach the mic, state your name.
Hello, my name is Denise Sopramola. I'm here for the Patterson Town Library Board, and I'm here to share some programs with you. So this first one is from Senator Peter Hartman is hosting a free community Narcan training. It will be tomorrow night from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Patterson Library. So now I don't know if you can zoom in that much, but registration is required and it's not through the library. It is through HTTPS. It's very long, free Narcan training Patterson, or call 914-241-4600. So I don't know, can you zoom in that far? You got it?
Denise, is the flyer up on your website?
It should be on the website.
Well, then they can get the
Okay.
address from there.
Come to the website and do it, but that's a fantastic thing. Again, it's tomorrow night, so they'll have to get busy signing up. Next on Wednesday, May 21st at 6:30, we have the World of Strange Occurrences, if anybody is into the supernatural. And that's brought to us by the Pine Bush UFO and Paranormal Museum. And we have container gardening. So if you don't have a garden of your own, a big enough space, you can do it in containers. That's on Thursday, June 5th at 1 p.m. Again, all of the rest of these, you can sign up at www.pattersonlibrary.org. And that's for adults 18 and over. And then this one is, well, actually, let me go on to the children's programs. She did not give me any flyers, so I'm just going to read them off. So we have Minecraft Mania begins Tuesday, May 6th at 4:30 p.m. for ages 7 and up. We also have Middle School Battle of the Books interest meeting Tuesday, May 14th at 8 p.m. Nope, 5 p.m. grades 4 through 8. And musical workshop auditions Wednesday, May 28th at 4:30 p.m. ages 7 to 11. So calling all children who love to act. Another thing coming up is free comic book day, Saturday, May 3rd at 10 a.m., age 7 years and up. We also have an outdoor club starting on Tuesday, May 20th at 4:30 p.m. for ages 8 to 13 years old. The Dog Man movie will be presented on Friday, May 23rd at 1:30 p.m. That's for all ages. And summer kickoff Friday, June 27th at noon for all ages for doing book clubs and all sorts of things over the summer at the library. The last one I have has nothing to do with the library, and actually, it was handed to me when I came in to get my dump permit from the town hall, but it's at the rec center, and that's Earth Day this Saturday from 11 to 3 p.m. There's lots of things to do, lots of things to read about and learn about Earth Day, and it's a fantastic thing for kids and adults and families.
Great,
So, any questions? Nope.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else joining us here tonight? Have any questions or comments?
The AMVets is having their breakfast this Sunday, May 4th, at the Putnam Lake VFW from 9 to 11. So we hope people will come out and support them. And at the Recreation Center on May 14th, there's a blood drive from the Red Cross. You can make an appointment to give blood, and they take walk-ins. 9 to 2 at the rec.
Thank you.
Hi, Bruce Major, 166 Somerset Drive. Just looking for a couple updates. Anything on the railroad crossing down by the rec center? And number two, where are with traffic lights on 311 and 84?
No. So, for those who don't know, we're trying to get the Marble Quarry Lane crossing, a gated crossing to protect the public from going down through there. I actually, reached out and got the permits from the New York State DOT to do that. I've renewed the permits now twice. And Metro North has agreed to do the improvements. They have a federal grant to do that. I have yet to make any attempt to start work down there. So I have been pressing them, not getting a lot of response. So, as far as the 311 lights at the 84 interchange, spring is here. Unfortunately, due to supply issues, they have not been able to get the poles, but they should be proceeding, I think, starting next week to put all the electrical conduit in and the light bases in anticipation of the poles coming in about 5 months. Yeah. Scott. Boss was here, kind of.
I know. Hey, I'm her boss. Listen.
I'm sorry.
I'm Scott Seaman, Town of Southeast, and Brewster Board of Education. First, I'd like to thank Supervisor Williams and the board for allowing the administration to come up here and make this presentation, and for allowing us to put out some informational pamphlets downstairs. We always enjoy working with the districts that we support. We take care of them during the day. You guys take care of them at night. So we do appreciate that. Just wanted to highlight the vote is coming up on May 20th. It's open all day, so anybody registered in the school district can vote. Information is on the website, different information's around. I think there's one more meeting before the vote, so I'll be back to remind everybody once again, but as always, thank you. If there's anything we can do, please let us know.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
Anyone else? All right, we'll open it up to individuals joining us by Zoom. If anybody is on the Zoom tonight, if you would unmute, state your name and address for the record.
Hi, it's Stacy Dumont, Bullet Hole Road. Hi, I just want, Sean, I was just questioning the BAM properties. What was the final count on the number of homes there? If you don't have it in front of you, I can look it up on planning board.
It's a 4
So,
lot, right?
which it was
BAM,
hard to
is
get
that
it
what
out.
it is?
BAM
Yeah,
properties.
Oh, BAM property. Yeah, it's 4 lots.
4 lots, yeah.
4 lots.
And I think they're cutting in the driveways for all 4 of those lots right now, Stacy.
Yes, yes, it does seem to be. Okay. And okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. 3 of the 4.
Anyone else?
Motion to go into executive session.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Thank you all for coming.